Okay, we're back on the record. Okay. Go ahead, Mr.
Okay.
You're up. And if at any point you need to take a break to gather yourself, just let me know. Both sides, obviously. But I just want to make sure he understands because he is a coper. But anytime you're ready, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Judge, can I run and get my chapstick?
Sure. Yeah, you're fine.
No, I can't find the exhibit, but in Andrea's admission questions, she stated under oath that I did not attend Alicia's graduation in Aliana's choir.
Okay. Do you guys have copies of that?
I'm sure I have it. I just don't know exactly where it's at.
All right. Well, just look. When we have a lunch
find it.
break, if we're I'm
I'll
sure
get-
we're
I'll
still
get it-
going
I'll
at
get
that
it
point.
ready.
We have a
Okay,
lunch
that's
break.
fine.
You can take a look for the documents. How's that?
Okay.
Yeah.
And then,
Don't worry.
So, did you put the children in all sports?
Pretty sure, yes.
Was it your idea to put Aliana in soccer?
I don't recall.
Could it have been my sister's idea to put Aliana in soccer?
Possibly in the outdoor one.
Possibly.
I don't recall, I said so.
So,
But yeah, I thought about it, and I know that she was in soccer, but I'm not saying, it's hers or mine idea.
You didn't put the children in all sports. It may have been my sister's idea to
No.
put Aliana in soccer.
No, I put the kids in all their sports.
Who put Aliana and Alicia in karate?
I did.
Did I ever take Aliana and Alicia to their karate classes on Saturday at 9 a.m. between the years of 2012 and 2013?
I'm sure you did.
Where were you residing in the year of 2011 to 2013?
Well, could have been in an apartment, if that's the one. It was either Grandma's house or the apartment.
Um, do you recall how many times Aliana went to the doctor in 2012? Or do you recall how many times Alicia went to the doctor in 2012?
No. Pretty sure you didn't tell me.
Did you personally take Aliana or Alicia to the doctor in 2012?
Yeah, I'm sure I did if I took them.
Did your grandmother take Aliana and Alicia to the doctor?
She probably did as well.
Do you have any idea how many times?
No.
Do you remember what he was being seen for?
No.
You took him to the doctor, but you don't remember for what?
No. You're not giving me a specific date, time. Even if you did, I don't remember.
Did Alicia struggle with allergies
Yes.
in 2012? Did I ever take Aliana or Alicia to the doctor in 2012?
I don't recall.
Do you recall Aliana having a UTI?
Oh, yes.
Do you recall what year that was?
No. But I'm sure it was in 2012. That's why you want to ask me that one time. So, yes, I guess you took her in 2012 for that UTI.
Do you remember saying that I was an absentee father, that you took kids to all of their doctor's appointments, that I've never taken them to any?
Don't recall.
You don't recall? Did I notify you that I was taking Aliana to Dr. Pimento to evaluate for a possible UTI in 2012?
Yes, for that one visit for the UTI.
How old was Aliana in 2012?
She... 12, 11.
Was I the one who took Aliana to be evaluated for a UTI in 2012?
Just asked that, yes.
I asked you, did I notify you that I was gonna take her to be evaluated?
Okay,
You
but
said yes.
you... Yes, I said
This
yes.
is a different question.
I said yes.
Was I the one who took her?
I said yes. Oh, wait, I don't know. Maybe I took her. I can't remember.
You want to retract your statement?
No, I can't remember.
So you don't remember if I told you that I was gonna take her?
Right, I can remember that you told me, but I'm not sure if you took her or I took her after that visit, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay. All right, I gotta find the admit questions, or the whole everything, because she under oath admitted that I was the one who took her to Dr. Pimentel in 2012 for UTI.
Okay, but you have that question there, right? So you can ask her about it, and if she doesn't agree with your question and you need to impeach her credibility and you find the document, you can do that later. But you can ask her the questions.
Go back to that.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you can ask her the questions now, and then if she answers differently than she
She just said
in the
yes,
admit
and
questions,
then
you
she
can.
retracted her statement and said she doesn't recall or doesn't remember.
Okay. And look, you can point all that out in your closing when you sum everything up, but in terms of asking her the questions now, if she contradicts herself in the admit questions, like I said, at the break you can look for whatever questions you might have with the request for admissions,
Okay.
so we can deal with it then.
Did you have a social network, friendship, circle thing going on at all in 2012?
I don't know what you mean by that.
Did you do a lot of partying in 2012?
I'm sure I've gone out. I don't know what you mean by a lot of partying.
Did you go to many parties in 2012?
Objection vague as to many.
Yeah.
Did you go
Okay.
to parties almost every weekend in 2012?
No.
Did Aliana and Alicio spend the night with me on Christmas Eve at the Violet Breeze house in 2012?
I don't recall.
Do you recall the morning of Christmas? They were with you or with me? 2012? Christmas 2012? So you don't remember Christmas of 2012?
I don't remember.
Do you remember where I moved to after Violet Breeze
No.
in 2013?
Mm-mm.
Do you remember me living in an adjacent house from my cousin? Like the backyards were attached. Do you remember me living in a house behind my cousin
Yeah.
on the east side, Desert Inn, and
Yes.
well, that was the Pronghorn house.
That was the what?
That was the Pronghorn house. I'm telling you, that was the street name of that house that was behind Remington. Okay. Did Aliana and Alicia ever visit me at Pronghorn?
I'm sure they did.
Did they ever stay the night at the Pronghorn house?
I don't recall.
Did you receive child support payments in 2013?
I'm sure I did.
So then I don't need to refer to the exhibit to show you? You do remember getting child support?
I don't remember. Like, I can't tell you. It wasn't always consistent, so I'm saying,
Would you
I'm
refer
sure you
to
did.
Exhibit 10?
I don't have 10.
Yeah, me either. That one's not in there. Okay. So, 11. Would you refer to 11 then?
Mhm.
So that's 2014, correct?
2015.
2015. Oh, that's June 14th. Okay, yeah, that's 2015. So if you don't remember if they stayed the night, you probably don't remember how often they came over to the Pronghorn house. But they did, correct?
I'm sure they did. I remember Violet Breeze more than that one. I don't recall that one as much.
You remember Violet Breeze more because we were in good communications?
Because I would have to drive over there and drop them off. Or pick them up.
When did contact between you and myself, you and Nicole, you and my family, come to a dead stop, completely cease?
Probably the night I let you have Aliana before we left town to California. After withholding her, that would be the time.
Why did communication between you, me, and my family completely cease?
I just said it was because you withheld Aliana when we were going to go to California the next day. Or that morning, whatever it was. Next morning.
So, do you remember when that was? That the day that you left with Aliana? Or the night when you came and picked her up? Roughly?
No, but it's on the police report.
Okay. But you do recall cutting off communication between me and my family?
I do recall with you, yes. And I think it trickled down to your family.
How did you...
When was this time frame again?
This was 2015. 2015. That was 2015. Did you ever have any inclination that I was trying to get a hold of you to visit the kids, to talk to the kids? Were you aware that I was trying to get a hold of you, trying to contact you?
Well, I mean, I know from your mom because your mom was calling.
You received calls from my mom?
Yes.
Cold. We have no way to monitor.
Okay.
Change the temperature. We're stuck with what they give us.
Understand.
Do you remember exactly why you didn't want to talk to me or let me talk to my children at that time?
No.
So there was no reason to stop talking to me or stop talking to my family or stop my children from talking to me and my family? There was no reason?
I remember is you withholding Aliana, how upset I was, and how you turned off your phone after I was calling and texting while I was at work. After that just did it for me.
So, based off of me holding Aliana and turning off my phone, that gave you enough, whatever, to say, I'm not going to let you talk to kids anymore, and I'm not going to let the kids talk to you anymore.
No.
Because I held Aliana and turned off my phone. That's why that happened?
There's probably a way lot more, but that was my point when we moved and everything else.
Around that time, do you remember who you were with? Your partner?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Who's that?
No, I am.
Mahaya? Do you know her? That's her nickname, correct?
No, that's her name she goes by.
Which is her nickname. What is her name? Her legal name that's on her driver's license?
Serene Nohealani Salvador Pizarro.
Okay.
Could you say that again?
Serene Nohealani, and then Salvador.
There's more than that. You said three
Yeah.
more words.
Pizarro she has two last names, but Salvador is on her legal documents and stuff.
Okay.
But she goes by Nohea.
So it was around the time that you got together with Nohea. It was around the same time when you left to California and you stopped. You cut off all communication. Is about the time you and Nohea got together?
I was with Nohea during that time.
Do you know exact dates when this happened?
I think he was talking about
2015. Okay, let me just add that.
I think it was in August 2015.
Okay.
The end of August.
When did you and Nohea make it official? When did you?
February of 2014.
February 2014.
Yeah, I gotta double check that. It was 2000. Yeah, it was 2014. It might have been 2015.
Okay. did Aliana and Alicia meet Nohea?
I don't recall.
Did Aliana and Alicia meet Nohea the day you moved her in to your apartment?
No.
So, Aliana and Alicia met Nohea before you moved Nohea in to live with you
No.
and the kids? No?
No.
Which one is it?
Because you're asking. They were on vacation. They were on summer vacation, I think, or something. One vacation, and they were out of town. So when she was already moved in, is when. But
When they got back from vacation, Nohea was already living there, and then they met her.
But I've known Nohea for 6 years, so they've met her prior. Knowing that she's moving in is when they got to officially know that we were. She moved
Okay,
in.
so Aliana and Alicia knew Nohea before you moved her in.
No, they weren't like acquaintances or anything. They knew of
They
her.
just
It
knew
wasn't.
of her.
Yeah.
They never met her.
No.
Okay, so they come home from vacation, and they have this new person, which is your partner, living in their home.
Yes.
Do you believe that is considerate of the children?
They're my children. They were out of town. This is how, what we did as adults that we needed to do at that time. My children didn't meet her. It's not like.
So they knew of her before you moved them in, or moved her in. They'd never met her.
Yes.
So it's okay with you to move somebody in to your home with my children without even letting them meet the person before them moving in?
I don't see where there's a really big wrong in that.
That's your
Ask a
opinion,
question.
whether it's
Hold
right
on
or
one
wrong.
second. Stop. Hold on. How do you spell her name?
Serene.
No. No, yeah. He keeps calling her.
Nohealain.
But you call her Nohea, so Nohea.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You didn't feel the need to have the children and Nohea meet before she actually moved in.
Well, they were out of town, and like I said, what we had to do as adults at that time is move her in. So, like I said, I don't see there's a problem with that.
So Nohea needed to come move in with you. That's what you're saying. Her situation was that she needed somewhere to go. She needed somewhere to stay. She needed to move in with you.
No, we just decided to move in together.
Do you know where I moved after the Pronghorn house?
No.
After I left the Pronghorn house in 2013, moved into Pronghorn 2013, moved out in 2013. Do you know where I went after the Pronghorn house?
No.
Moved
You
in
remember?
2013, moved out in 20.
Moved in Pronghorn 2013, moved out Pronghorn 2013.
Same year. Okay.
Same. Do you remember me living on Okie near Decatur
Yes.
in 2014, 2015?
Yes.
In July of 2015, did I ask you if I could take Alicio to the doctor about his bladder issue?
I don't recall.
Yeah, so that's not a yes or no. That's you don't remember.
When was that? I'm sorry. I'm trying to take notes.
2014, or when I asked her, the question was, in July of 2015, did I ask you if I could take Alicio to the doctor about his bladder issue?
July 2015.
July 2015.
Sorry, I'm just having a hard time hearing your dates.
Okay, so do you remember? Do you remember me saying that I would just pay out of pocket for the visit to take him to the doctor to find out what's going wrong, since he would not provide me the insurance information?
No.
What did you do after I told you that I was going to take him to the doctor?
Well, I don't recall that, so I don't recall that either.
Do you remember coming to the apartment and picking him up?
No.
Did you allow Alicio to come back over after you picked him up from me in July 2015?
I don't recall.
When you're saying come back over, so between, I just need to try to understand what your question is. Did she allow him after July of 2015 to go back to your place before she left in August? Is that what you're saying? I'm trying to follow what you're asking.
Okay, so in July, Alicio was in my apartment. I asked her on the phone,
To take him to the doctor?
you know,
Mhm.
if I asked her if I can take Alicio to the doctor, okay? Because at this point, I didn't know that I had joint custody. Okay. So I was asking her, thinking, you know,
That you had to ask her.
courteous or whatever, thinking she had all the control. So I asked her if I can take him to the doctor for his bladder issue, but she doesn't remember. Then I said, I'll just pay out of pocket for the visit because she would not give me the insurance information, which was the Medicaid. She doesn't remember that. Then she doesn't remember coming to pick him up immediately after that phone call. She doesn't remember that. And then I asked her, did Alicio come over after she went and picked him up? Did he ever come back over?
In what time frame that
Day?
was?
July 2015. After that, any time after that in that apartment, he never came back.
Okay, so that's between the time of July and then she left for a period of time, and it wasn't until the following year that you saw him.
Yeah, it was in July. So when she left, I didn't see him. The last time I seen him was July 2015 when he was in my apartment, and I didn't see him until he returned from California and all that.
Got it. So you want to continue to ask her questions then?
In August of 2015, did you inform me that you were planning on moving the kids to California?
Yes.
How did you inform me?
I believe I text messaged you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Text message.
Did you submit documentation of that text to this court?
No.
In August of 2015, did I call you and ask you if we were planning on moving the kids out of state?
I don't recall.
Okay, so I found this out on Facebook that you were gonna move to California. I called you and asked you if it was true. Do you recall that?
Yeah.
Did I tell you explicitly you do not have my consent to move my children out of state?
I don't recall.
You don't remember talking to me about moving the kids to California at all?
No. I don't. Sorry.
Do you remember where I moved to after the apartment on Oki?
No.
It was the house on the east side, 3355 Wasatch Cedars, gated community.
Yes.
Okay. On August 28th, 2015, at 3 a.m., did you come to my residence with Metro?
Yes.
Did I tell Metro that Aliana was asleep and that I wasn't going to wake her up?
I don't know. They didn't tell me that.
Did they tell you anything at any point, moving back and forth from you to my door?
All they told me was what was going on, and then at the end they asked to do the address. So I wrote down the address and they gave it to you.
And you say they told you what was going on. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
Just that we were waiting there since 12, 11 o'clock when I got off of work because I was at work.
I meant what they told you. You said they told you what was going on?
No, I was telling them what was going on, and they were going back and forth.
And what did they tell you?
They just said, I guess that you guys need to figure this out, and do you at least have an address to give to him? And I said, yes.
Why do you think they would have been asking you for an address?
Because you didn't have it.
Do you think it was because I told them I didn't want to let Aliana go because you were planning on moving to California?
Sure. If that's what you told them.
And is that what they told you? You said they told you what was going on. Did they ever come to you and say, he doesn't want to let her go because you're going to take her
I
off to
already knew
California?
that because that's what you were texting me and talking to me on the phone about. The night I said that I'm going to pick her up at this time, or did you have her home at this time, and then you said she's not going, and you hung up on me. So that's what I was informing the police officer.
So you remember us being on the phone talking about California and you moving to California now?
No, Ryan, it was
Me hanging up.
it was the night of me going and leaving to take the police escort over to your house. That was the night we talked.
Because you just said you don't remember talking to me.
Right, you're asking about prior. This is the event of it happening when we went to get the police escort to get Aliana.
Okay, so what happened was they wanted Aliana to wake up and come to the door, and I said, well, she's asleep. I'm not going to wake her up. And they said, well, we just want to do a wellness check. I was like, all right, okay, fine. So I wake her up at 3 in the morning, have her come to the door, and then once she's outside, they say, you know what, she's going with mom. And then they take her, and then they give you to her, okay?
So
And then at this point, I still didn't know my rights, because I would not have let her leave if I knew that this was going to happen. And they said, oh, she's not trying to cut you off. She's not trying to leave. She's going to let you talk to the kids. She's going to let you see the kids. Here's the address. Okay, that's what happened. You remember what address you gave me?
yep.
What was the address you gave me on the piece of paper that the officer...
234 North Los Dos Caminos. Not Los Dos Caminos.
And then what's the city and state?
Ventura, California. I don't know the zip off the top of my head. I think it's like 89113 or I don't know.
Can you speak up? I can't hear you.
Yeah, I don't know the zip.
What was the rest of it?
California, Ventura. Mm-hmm.
Was that the correct address
Yes.
you moved to?
Yes.
What day did you arrive in California?
I don't know if it was, I don't think it was the next day. It wasn't the 29th. Maybe August 30th or 1st. I don't remember.
August 30th or 31st?
Yeah, it was after you withholding Aliana because we couldn't go obviously the next morning because we
So
couldn't
you
get
didn't leave from my house and drive straight to California the same day?
No.
Okay. Refer to Exhibit 30, please. Oh my God.
I don't have that.
I don't have it either. I believe there's a Facebook page post showing that they arrived the same day, August 28th, in California.
I know for a fact we
exhibit or
didn't
no?
leave the same day.
I can go find it after we have a break
in
or
your-
whatever.
it's not in the book there?
It's not in mine either, but it's a Facebook post. So yeah, I'll go back to that. So you did not drive straight to California?
Correct.
The same day?
Correct.
In October of 2015, did you receive gifts from my mother, myself, in the mail? Or Aliana or Alicio?
No.
Do you recall how many times you moved while you were living in California? From 2015 to whenever you came back?
I didn't move. I moved there in that one spot and then we came back to Las Vegas.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive about that. I was living with my brother.
So you never got your own place in California? You lived with your brother the whole time?
The whole
at
time.
That one address?
That
That's
one
it?
address, yep.
And what's the address again? Dos Caminos?
234 North Dos Caminos.
How many different people did you live with when you moved to California?
Just my brother.
At any point from August to October in 2015, were you ever called to Alicio's school at Loma Vista Elementary to pick up Alicio due to stomach pains?
I don't recall.
Refer to Exhibit 58, please. I know we got that one. Can you explain what you see?
I'd object to this witness testifying to an exhibit that has not been admitted.
I got them from you.
But he can.
Oh, this
he
is.
can-
I'm sorry, you're reviewing my exhibit?
No, these are
Oh, no.
not ours.
Well, it says MLG at the very bottom. Okay,
It's
that,
not my
I believe
exhibit.
that's McFarling Law Group.
So I would object to her testifying to an exhibit that has not been admitted into evidence.
She can identify it, and then maybe we can admit it. But she hasn't got
I
there
don't
yet.
think
They
he
haven't
asked her
gotten
to
there yet.
identify it.
Pardon me?
I don't think he asked her to identify it.
She put these in.
I understand
I
that.
got
So
them from her.
I understand. So ask her what the document is. We'll lay the foundation for it, and then if it needs to be
I
admitted.
asked what, right there. MLG, McFarling Law Group.
This is 58.
I asked you to describe what
Number
what you
58?
see.
I don't know what the number is.
58, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
This seems to be stuff.
No, it's
Do you want to show them what your number 58 is?
not. Can I look at your book?
Not the same 58 in your book? Do you have that in a different spot in your book, maybe?
Yeah, look at the one in the.
It's the same thing that he's showing you, it looks like. But it doesn't look like what you have.
Just one page.
Through discovery.
It's fine. Don't, just, we're just trying to make sure it's the right document, the same document.
It's not the same thing I have in.
Okay.
That's
Do you
that
want? Do you
number.
need us to get you a copy of that one? Do you have a copy of it over there? I mean, do you have it in our? I'll just make a copy so you have it in your book and it's the right one. Is that it?
I think this is his copy. He's using a better.
Okay, so while we're waiting, we can go ahead and get him to have her.
You can proceed.
Yeah, have her identify
Yeah.
the document.
Can you explain what you see there in front of you?
It's the student profile from Loma Vista.
Of
Oh, of Alicia.
And then can you turn the page? You know what it says there? What does it say there? In 8, I believe. 10/8/2015. In the description,
Stomach.
disposition.
Released home.
So you don't recall Loma Vista calling you to pick up Alicio from school because of stomach pain.
No. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm saying I don't recall it.
That's fine.
Is it the same document?
It's the same root document, but the copy he gave us has writing, and it's not date stamped from my office. But it is one page of the same original
But
document.
you bait stamped it and produced it on some level.
Yeah, I'm guessing I obtained these directly from the school as
Okay.
well. But what he gave us is
Okay, all right.
maybe something he obtained, but it appears to be the same page.
Okay, all right, very good. At least you have the clean copy then, so, okay.
Yeah, that's how I got him. I didn't know that he was having stomach pains.
All right, so you can ask her about that. So you
One
can ask
time.
her about that. So,
October 2015. Did you ever take Alicio to a physician or a hospital or anything to follow up and see why he was having stomach pain, or did you just write it off as something within the norm?
Something within the norm, but like I said, I don't really recall. So it must have, he could have said it was a stomach pain. I don't know. Like, it's kids, and one time he had a stomach pain, or that's what they're documenting at Loma Vista.
Did you at any point between August of 2015 and May of 2016 change your phone number?
Probably.
Probably.
I can't be
hold on,
certain.
hold on. Both can't talk at once. I have a question. August 15th and what date?
August 2015 and May of 2016. Basically the time from when they left. The
Got
time
it.
from
I
when they
understand.
got
I just
back.
wanted to know the
Did you
dates.
ever change your phone number? Probably, but I'm kind of.
No,
that
I
probably is
didn't.
Like a maybe.
Yeah, probably.
So
Maybe.
yes.
Maybe.
You don't recall. You're not sure.
I don't recall.
Did you at any point block my phone number or any one of my family members' phone number from August 2015 to May 2016? At any point, did you block my phone
Any
number?
point. At any point, yes.
At any point, did you unblock me or my family? These are the dates we're talking about.
Oh, I didn't know you gave me days. I thought you just said with any time.
August of 2015 to May of 2016, when you changed your phone number, when you blocked me, did you ever unblock me?
I don't know. I think I got a new phone or new number, a whole new everything. That's what I'm saying. At one point, I know I had a new number, but I don't know when it was.
Okay. Did you ever reach out in any way, shape, or form to give me that number, that new number?
No.
Can I ask a question? If you got a new phone, does it, and I'm just not savvy, does that mean that the number wouldn't be blocked or
Right.
if on a new phone? But
Right.
You, okay.
So that's why I was saying. I know at one point I got a new phone and a new number, and he
So you got the new
was-
phone and the new number.
yeah,
Oh,
and he
okay.
wasn't blocked. But I didn't reach out and give him that number.
Got it.
Next question.
Did you and I, or me and my children, have any communication
No.
from August of 2015 to May of 2016?
No. Well, not that I'm aware of. I know that your mom was calling, and I know that you were there sometimes, so I know that you talked to Aliana, I think. But I'm not certain.
What was the last thing you just said?
That his mom would call to talk to
Call.
Aliana on my old phone, and he would be with his mom or at his mom's house so that he can talk to the kids or Aliana.
Basically, the only way I talked to my daughter one time between August of 2015 to May of 2016 was when I was at my mother's house, and my mother somehow got a hold of her, or I don't know how it happened. She got a hold of my mom, but I spoke with my daughter one time on the phone, my mother's phone, from however they got into contact. I thought you just said we didn't have any contact. We didn't talk at all. And you just said we talked through my mom's phone.
Yeah, and I just said I'm not certain.
And then let's see.
I said I don't know if they talked to you. I'm not certain.
You didn't give me your new number. Did you give anybody in my family your new number?
No.
When did you move back to Las Vegas from California?
I believe it was October 2015.
Did you notify me that you moved back to Las Vegas with the children?
Can't recall.
What was your question? Sorry.
Did she notify me?
Did she
that
notify
she
you?
had returned to California?
Thank you.
I mean, from California back to Las Vegas?
Okay.
It looked like she was going to say no, then she said, can't recall.
I said I can't recall.
You can't recall whether you told him you were back?
Mm-hmm. I don't know if I texted him or didn't. I was still upset with him of withholding Aliana.
Before you left for California?
Mm-hmm.
3 months? You were mad at me?
Yeah. Because you're saying that I left that same night to California, which is not true, and I said that multiple times because you were asking me multiple times, because I didn't leave directly from your house to California. So we had to, change things because you did that. So.
You may not have left directly from my residence to California. Maybe you went back to wherever you
It
lived,
wasn't that day.
and then
No.
went to California. But I'll bring the exhibit when I find it.
I don't think it matters.
Okay. No, I mean, it does.
I mean, we
It
know
happened.
she left,
Yeah,
right?
Okay, that's
Right,
fine.
and then the next morning, I actually came here, and that's when I went to self-help. So he's saying that I left to California, and that's not true. I was here.
When did you leave from the time that you got Aliana? How long?
I don't know. It could have, it was 3 a.m.
No. Okay,
For
so
that-
you got Aliana.
Uh-huh.
What day did you leave after that?
It could have been that next night, or the next day. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So it was within 24 to 48 hours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we had to change everything because he was held
Okay.
there. So
Okay.
It was the 30th or the 31st. Do you know how I found out that you were back from California with the children?
No.
Refer to Exhibit 31, please. What you see there?
Guess who's back?
Guess who's back again? Yellow Beaches? Whose Facebook post is that?
My partner's.
What's the date?
This is recently, so this is just a photo from recent. This is October 30th.
Okay. October 30th. That's how I found out you were back in California with the children. Facebook post. December of 2015, did my wife and my mother go to your partner Nohea's work at Smith's in an attempt to get information, speak,
While she's
find
working.
out about the children
Yep.
while she's working?
While
At
she
this
was
point,
working. Mhm.
You know, I haven't seen my kids for, so at at anything, whatever I gotta do to see them, I mean, that's why. I mean, it's not like we're trying to get her fired or anything.
Mhm.
When was that?
December 2015. Did you say no?
I think she said yes.
Did you say yes? You need me to read the question again?
Yeah.
In December 2015, did my wife and my mother go to your partner in her hair's
Oh,
work?
yes.
Yes? Okay. Do you know if your partner Nohea told my mom and Nicole that the kids were with their grandma Lola?
Yeah, because I was at work. Because they also told her that they went to my job prior to going to her job. But they saw that I was busy. So they went to her job. So, yes, they were being taken care of by one of my family members,
Grandma Lola.
my grandma Lulu.
Why do you think my mom and my wife went to your work, went to your partner's work?
I don't know.
You can't make a guess on why they would go down to.
She doesn't have to guess.
I mean, okay.
You know.
alright,
So
well,
that was
I
Miss
mean,
McFarling's objection.
Alright,
She doesn't
that's
have to
fine.
guess. She either knows or she doesn't know.
Can you
So
come up with any thoughts of what business they would have at your work or your partner's work? My wife and my mom.
Objection calls for speculation.
sustained. Yeah, she can't speculate. She either knows or she doesn't know.
Okay. So you don't know why my mom and my wife went to your work and to know his work.
Well, you just said that it was to ask him about the kids and where they were. And you just said they were with my grandma Lola.
Did my mom and my wife go to your grandma Lola's house to see the kids after they left Nohea's work?
I have no idea.
Did Aliana call you and ask you if I can pick them up the following day?
I
Do you
don't.
recall Aliana asking you
I don't.
if it was okay for me to pick her up the next day?
I don't recall.
So, you don't recall saying that once your dad makes a child support payment of $400, then he can pick you up.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Was I allowed to pick up the kids in December of 2015? Around that time,
Well,
this was going on after she called you and asked if she can come with me.
by you coming to our jobs and stopping at our apartment unexpectedly like you were doing and harassing.
Oh, so you consider me trying to visit my children?
That's not
and
how
have
it was, though.
communication with my children.
That's not how
Right.
it was, though. That's not how it was. The way that you were doing things is not how it was. Like, it wasn't, you didn't
Explain to
come,
the
you didn't
court
come
the way
nicely
I was
about
doing
it.
things. Explain to the court the way I
Knocking
was
on
doing
a door late at night, having your wife yell into my door while my kids are sleeping right there next to the window, that my daughter doesn't love me. She thinks her as a more of a mom, and she thinks I'm fat.
I beg to differ on the she thinks you're fat part because I was standing right there.
Ryan, she says,
That's fine.
Aliana thinks you're fat. That's what she said. That came out of your wife's mouth. Okay?
You say so.
I do say so.
So I was denied access to my children even after my children asked you to come with me, to be with
I
me.
don't recall them asking me. That's what I just told you.
Was I allowed to see them?
No.
Well, I didn't see them for Christmas because I didn't see them in December. Go back to November. Did I see them for Thanksgiving?
Tell me.
Answer the question.
I don't know.
Did you see them any time between July and the following May?
I know that he's talked to Aliana.
See, no. Did he see them?
Yeah. He talked to Aliana outside the apartment.
No. Okay.
So no.
Did he have visitation with them?
No.
So then he didn't see them for Thanksgiving.
No, I guess not. Mm-mm.
So when he asks the question, just answer the question. He's not gonna have to tell you what happened. You have to tell. You have to answer.
Okay.
Was I allowed to see Alicio for his
She said,
birthday?
"You tell me." That's not the way you answer the question when they're being asked. Are you gonna say something?
I'm just
It's
saying,
lunchtime.
It's lunchtime.
I know.
I think everyone's
I thought you were gonna
getting
object. I was like,
tired.
no. Okay. All right. So we are gonna take a break for lunch. Okay. So I don't know what the last question was. We'll let you go back to that. We've left off at basically Thanksgiving. You didn't see them, and then you can pick up from there. So Mom can step down from the stand, and we'll come back at 1:30.
And are we